Alright, today we're going to be looking at a little bit of a homebrew that I had. I will say before we get started that I recorded the matches that I'm going to include in this video before recording this part. So if you see me during the matches referring to what cards I'm running in the deck or talking about what cards I'm running in the deck, just remember that after the matches I decided to come back and show you all the full deck list. So I know at one point that I started mentioning the cards I've got in the deck, and I end up saying, well, I'll just go ahead and make an intro to this video. So here's the intro to the video. I hope y'all like it. Again, this is a homebrew that I kind of came up with. I was playing against a guy that was running Psychic Corrosion, which is 2 and a blue. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. He's also running, let's see, what was the name of that card? Drowned Secrets, which is 1 and a blue. Whenever you cast a blue spell, target player puts the top 2 cards of the library into their graveyard. And we'll talk about why I ended up cutting this card here in a few minutes. But anyways, I was playing against him, and I was like, well, that's an interesting deck. I like mill decks. It's a little bit different. I don't use any creatures at all in this deck. I do have some in the sideboard, which we'll talk about here in a few minutes. But again, mill decks is something I always was interested in, even back when I was playing Paper Magic 20 plus years ago. So I started out when I first made this deck, I was blue and white, because that's kind of what he was in, and I was running the Psychic Corrosion and the Drowned Secrets. But I was liking some control, creature removal, things along those lines. And I definitely wanted to include some Kaya's Wrath, Vraska's Contempt, some creature removal, just to give me a little bit more control. So I ended up going Esper, blue, white, and black. And then when I did that, I wasn't casting as many blue spells, and I just figured Drowned Secrets wasn't working as well, and I'd rather have more control in that spot. So I ended up cutting the Drowned Secrets. So anyways, we'll kind of go through this deck right quick. Again, Psychic Corrosion is kind of the main card. It's your win condition in this deck, and pretty much everything else is supporting this card. So I'm running 4 Opt, just a quick way to help me start drawing my Psychic Corrosions. And when I do have 1 or 2 Psychic Corrosions down, it's a way to start milling my opponent. Fountain of Renewal, kind of the against burn decks or weenie decks, gives you a little bit of life gain, and I definitely use it a lot of times to when I sacrifice it to draw a card. Revitalize, kind of the same thing as Opt, just a way to draw some cards, gain some life. Search for Escanta, something that I use to help in the early part before I transform it. It's a card that I'll use to just kind of fix my draws. That way I'm drawing what I need. If I need land, I'm drawing land. If I need spells, I can send land to my graveyard, draw spells, whatever. And then when I transform it, I use it to kind of fix I got a lot of, again, I don't run any creatures in this deck. So I use Search for Escanta, or Escanta to Sunken Ruin, to help me draw my counter spells, my removals. Definitely comes in extremely handy. Cast down Vraska's Contempt, kind of self-explanatory. Kaya's Wrath, just board wipes, way to get rid of creatures. Thought Collapse. I'm thinking about probably cutting this spell. It's a little bit clunky, and I'd probably rather have just an Absorb, because Absorb does counter spell and it gives you some life gain. Thought Collapse does mill your opponent a little bit, but it's really not, I mean, in the grand scheme of this deck, it's not anything that changes, or it doesn't win a game. It's maybe a little bit of a win more strategy. So I'll probably end up cutting the Thought Collapse if I play this deck more. Maybe putting in a 4th Absorb, and I'm not really sure what else. Maybe a cheaper counter spell to use earlier in the game, Syncopate or something along those lines. Let's see what we have that we could talk about. Spell Pierce, again, maybe a Syncopate or something along those lines. Negate. So I don't know, something I was thinking about as I was playing the the games that I recorded, and I'm like, oh, that card's kind of clunky. Chemistry's Insight, just a way to draw into my Psychic Corrosions quicker. Then when I have Psychic Corrosions down, just a way to help mill quicker. Same thing as Sphinx's Insight, just ways to help me draw. Plus Sphinx's Insight, I do like this card because you cast it during your main phase, you can gain a little bit of life. It does come in handy. Kind of up in the air. I may end up cutting this card, I may leave it. I'm not really sure about that. Teferi, again, just ways to help get control. I don't think any of these games I ever hit my ultimate, but it's a way to draw cards, way to, if my Psychic Corrosion gets in my graveyard, I can bring it back, put it in my library with Teferi. So just ways to kind of recycle that. And then I'll just kind of scroll down so y'all can see my lands. I will say that I'm running a little bit low on wild cards, so my mana base isn't the best in the world. I'd like to get rid of the Meandering Rivers. I thought there was another one. No, I guess that's it. I do have a lot of my the pay to life lands, or the check lands, I think they're called, in these decks, just because Esper's kind of one of my favorite types of decks to run. So I do actually I spend quite a few wild cards getting a lot of these lands. So anyways, we'll have a quick look at the sideboard. I haven't really used the sideboard. I typically just play best of one just because I like playing quicker games. But this is kind of what I put together for sideboard. Moment of Craving, again, something I'll bring in for when I'm going against like the white weenie decks or whatever. Just ways to help me gain a little bit of life and get rid of smaller creatures. Unmoored Ego, I don't have the wild cards to get one of these, but I would actually like to run two of these. The decks that I think give me trouble are definitely the Nexus decks, just because they can start recycling the Nexus cards. I think I've only ever played one against this deck, and I lost against it. But Unmoored Ego I put in here just to kind of help battle that. That way I can maybe get the Nexus of Fates out and exile them, not have to deal with those. Ritual of Soot, if I run against decks that just like to go wide, blue decks, white decks, Boros decks, whatever, Ritual of Soot does really well against that. Same thing with Cleansing Nova. I just put two more Teferis in here just in case I want to transform this deck. Same thing with the Nezahal and Chromium, the Mutable. If I'm playing a best of three and I say, hey, I just want to go to more control, I can pull my Psychic Corrosions out, put my Teferis, my Nezahal, Chromium, the Mutable, and I pretty much got just a Esper control deck. So, anyways, I hope y'all like the games. Mama said mill you out is what I named this deck. So again, this is something I kind of came up with. I know mill decks are floating around, but this is my take on it. Is it a fun deck? No, not really. I'm joking. I really enjoyed playing it. It is a really fun deck, and probably one of the funnest decks I've played with so far, outside of maybe the Gate deck, which I'll try to make a video on. So anyways, I hope y'all enjoy, and yeah, let me know what you think. We can keep this. We've got a little bit of life gain to start us off with. What are we playing against? It's just going to be another control deck. Okay. Guard deck. Bring this in. We'll pay 2 life, that way we can have a counter spell up if we need it. Not worried about getting the psychic corrosion out yet. We just want to establish some kind of control first. Just slow them down a little bit. Now we'll get our psychic corrosion out because we don't really have another play. If any luck, we'll draw a black mana next. That's fine. We'll just get that back when we do a Kaya draft anyways, so. Of which we apparently have a lot of this deck. Huh. That's okay. He's probably worried about us, oh shit, what's the white card that kills all attacking creatures? I don't remember what the name of it is. The good thing is we're not worried about his life gain in this deck, in his deck, so. Well. We're still digging for some black mana. That's okay. I've not seen that card in this deck. Guess he's digging for another wild growth walker. Or I guess something else that'll explore to pump up his wild growth walkers. That's okay. Well, we are still digging for some black mana. Two left. There we go. Now we should be in good shape. I think we should take the Fog Collapses out of this deck. I mean, they are kind of nice, but I don't think they add enough meal to this deck to do anything. So we will put down another Psychic Corrosion. And just let him go. would like to draw Vraska's Contempt or maybe one of my other Fountain of Renewals to get a little bit of life gain, but we should be in good shape right now. We've got enough counter spells and board wipes to should have enough to keep us alive. Should. So we should have control of this game. He's running out of cards. And hopefully I'll hit some card draw here in a little bit to get us moving them down a little bit quicker. I want to save my Kaya's Draft because we know he's got another Land of War, which he'll probably drop next turn. So we'll save the Kaya's Draft for right now. I'll opt during his turn just to mill him a little bit more. That's fine. Let's just opt in response. That's perfect. He said that's enough. Oh man. Got animals running around everywhere. Yeah, this is not going to be a keeper. I'm not really worried about Teferi in my opening hand. And we don't have enough mana to really do anything, so we'll mulligan. I think this isn't much better. I don't want to mulligan down much more than this. I do have an opt as well as a revitalize, so you can go to the bottom. So we do have a little bit of card draw fixing. Keep that for sure. Just go ahead and get this out and let it start ticking away for us. It's going to be running some type of aristocrat deck. Yeah. Okay. Hero Precinct 1. That's fine. Yeah, we're going to get some card draw. We need to start digging into some answers as quick as possible. Hopefully we'll hit some Kaya's Wrath and black mana. This card can get a little bit out of hand if he starts casting some more other spells. But Akai's Wrath will take care of all of that for us. Let's Chemist's Insight, see what we can get. Well, we got the black mana for it. Set that in there tapped. Just say go. And what we do next between the Chemist's Insight and Revitalize will depend on what he drops down. If he doesn't really do any more damage to us, we'll probably just Chemist's Insight to get more cards in our hand. Discard a card and you gain 3 life. Alright. Resolve. We'll get rid of Psychic Corrosion. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Let's set that in and tapped. So let's get our Psychic Corrosion down. If we put this in, let's pay her 2 life and get her Sphinx's Insight. Let's start milling him a little bit and start drawing us some cards. Plus get us a little bit of life gain. What do we get? Good. That's fine. We'll do for some more. We'll use our Teferi to bring it back for us if we need it. That's fine. That looks like my folks found her toy. What you gonna do about this one? I guess that's what you're going to do about this one. Alright. I want my card back. Thank you. Don't take away my win conditions. Boo on you. Luckily I can dig for some more. I guess I only got one more in my deck. But we do have Teferi. So not a problem. I think we'll just end the chemistry's inside and okay. Drop her off. That's fine. Let's start digging for some more cards. So, probably maybe double Chemister's Insight for Plains and Revitalize. No. You ain't gonna let me play for my toys, you can't play for your toys. Now we're just kind of digging right now. We get rid of his toys because he got rid of ours. I think I'll save the Godless Shrine to dump my Chemister's Insight if he doesn't play anything worth countering. I should have enough land to toy around with right now, so I think that's probably the best. I definitely want to keep my counter spells. There's Teferi. Alright. So he said he had enough as well. Yeah, so we would have just brought up Teferi and dug her little things out of the graveyard with his, what, -3 or whatever it is. Yeah, just take... It's running pretty well. It's definitely something different. That's something I kind of came up with mostly on my own. I played against somebody that was running the mill cards, but honestly, I think he was just running white and blue. And I didn't see enough of his deck to really know for sure what all he had in it. So I just took the premise of his deck and put it into this one. This is kind of an iffy hand. Just because we're going to be slow because we don't have any non-tap lands. Puddin', come here. Come here, girl. You're being mean to the kitty cats. Okay. Maybe he's starting out slow as well. Which is fine by me. So we're mostly digging for lands right now. Yeah, I think our mana base needs a little bit working on. Unfortunately, I don't have the cards right now, the wild cards to fix it. Let's opt again. Hopefully digging for some more land. We'll take that. We should be able to let this enter in play. We don't have any of our counter spells up. Let's put this into play. Let's pay our life. And we'll just go ahead and get our life back. Of course, you know, we'd prefer to do stuff like this on his turn, just kind of leave some of our options open, but the life gain from the addendum is well worth playing on their turn. What is he running? A Drake deck. Okay. We should be able to deal with a Drake deck. I think we can tempt this now, just in case he happens to run any counter spells. The only bad thing about running against the Drake deck is that milling him sometimes will help him. So that turns into a little bit of a conundrum for us. In our sideboard, I've got some creatures. That way, if I do run into like a Nexus of Fate deck, then I can turn this deck just into control, just a big control deck with not a problem. I got well, we'll have. I think we've probably already had a look at it. I'll go through the deck at the start of this video. All right, let's draw some more cards. Draft would be good about now. Maybe I should have did the Chemistry's Insight instead of one of those Sphinxes, just so I could have done it during his turn and left up mana to do some counter spells. That probably would have been the better play. While I get a little bit of handle of the game. And couldn't find our squeaky toy. Did you find her toy? Did you find her toy? You want to come over here and cheer for me? So we're just going to dig for a few answers right now. You want to contest that? Whatever. I most definitely am not going to waste a good counter spell to contest that, because I'm not that worried about it. we'll save our absorbs and our thought collapses for a Drake or something. Something a little bit bigger. But he probably is just trying to toss things into the graveyard as well, so. I'm going to put my Fox Flaps over here just to make sure that I don't cast it. I'll use one of my absorbs. That's my first I guess 3 counter spells since I've got 3 of them. Just so I'm not doing some of his job putting in things in the graveyard for him. So I go. Well, Kai's Wrath would be nice. The good thing is I'll have enough mana if I get a Kai's Wrath to counterspell him. Oh, perfect, perfect. Alright. Let's see. So we got blue, blue, white, white, black. Okay, so we got enough. So let's Kai's Wrath. That's fine. That's fine. Board wipe. So we got blue, blue, white. So we got enough mana. So let's drop this tapped. So I've got enough mana to do pretty much anything I want to. Counterspell him or get a Chemistry's Insight off. So we'll just say go. Nope. We do not want that. We'll toss out the fountain, just start gaining back a little bit of life. Just build a little bit of a buffer. In turn. Alright. Well, he definitely has a handful of cards. And we're going to Chemistry's Insight. Just dump our land card. We'll Chemistry's Insight again. Just dump another land card. There we go. So let's see. We can drop the Psychic Corrosion. And just say go. With plans, we'll probably opt at the end of his turn. And see what we can do about starting to mill him down a little bit. Alright, you can have that. I will allow it. We'll allow that one we put in. Well, yeah, we'll keep that. Right now, anything that's going to give us some control, we'll keep. Counter spells, Kai's Wraths, whatever. Now we're kind of in charge of this game right now. It's definitely nowhere near out of the woods. Like I said, sometimes milling these decks can become problematic just because I'm helping him put instances and sorceries in his graveyard. We'll just let that come into play tapped. And we'll just say go. Alright. He's helping us right now. Just whittling down his deck. And he doesn't even know it. Doesn't suspect a thing. Well, I mean, he may suspect something, I guess. We do have their Psychic Corrosion down. And I've not played a single creature. Alright. Teferi! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What you got, bro? Yeah, we gotta fight for a Teferi. Now let's see here. Sure.
We need to move quickly.
So I want to leave that up for next turn just so I can have at least one absorb. Let's play this. This can come into play tapped. We'll say go. So, I think can I play this? So Teferi can untap 2, 3. Yeah, I think we tap blue, colorless, blue. We can play Psychic Corrosion, and I need to untap blue, blue. Alright. So I believe we should be able to answer pretty much anything in his deck at this point. Then we got counter spells. No. Oh, right. Yeah, oops. I moved too quick on that. That's okay. That
Every problem has a solution. Let's start by making you happy.
could be problematic. Hopefully I can draw my Vraska's Contempt.
To the unknown. That's real success.
Hey, life, let's get her Tafari down again.
Right on, skip. Let's skip.
And this should be game. Alright. Hope you all enjoyed it.